Hi viewers, I wish you all should be with good health and wealth. Welcome back to our channel. If you are new to our channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our adventures. Last video we took you to the most devotional and beautiful temple of Lord Muruga in Tiruchendur. If you have not watched it yet, check it out. I will drop the link in the cards above and in the description below. Without any delay, let's begin our journey. Since morning we have been on the move non-stop. Even our watch ran out of charge. It's currently 9:50 pm and we have just reached Rameshwaram and I was completely exhausted, especially we have not had any food since the afternoon. Let me now show you the room we have booked. As you can see, there is a dedicated parking area here for resort guests. Good morning friends, it's 6 am. After we fresh up, first on today's itinerary is Dhanushkodi, followed by a visit to the famous Rameshwaram temple. Now the weather here in Rameshwaram is chill because this early in the morning.
Welcome to Dhanushkodi!
From here you can spot what looks like a distant island. Far out there is Sri Lanka. Although it's not clearly visible right now due to cloud cover, on clear nights you can actually see the lights from Sri Lanka. If you closely observe the water here, it appears to be flowing like a river influenced by the wind direction. On this side, the water is calm and resembles a gentle stream, and this is Bay of Bengal. But on the opposite side, you will notice waves crashing strongly, that is Indian Ocean. Let me show you that contrast. There are warning signs placed here for tourists due to the unpredictable nature of the waves.
The seashore is most dangerous with strong current and
See how aggressive the waves are on this side. In comparison, the other side remains peaceful and still. If you're planning to visit with family or friends, this place offers a great vibe and stunning natural scenery. We are currently at Arichal Munai near Dhanushkodi. This is literally the end of the landmass here. On one side are the waters of the Indian Ocean and on the other are the waters of the Bay of Bengal. The two seas known as Ratnakaran, that is Indian Ocean, and Mahodadi, that is Bay of Bengal, with their confluence are shaped like bows, while the strip of land resembles an arrow poised for release. It is a place where the rough water of the Indian Ocean and the calm sea of the Bay of Bengal confluence. This point is known as Arichal Munai. It's a beautiful location and I highly recommend visiting it.
किधर भैया किधर से आ गया
MP,
मध्य प्रदेश
MP.
हाँ
You will also notice here how crystal clear the water is. Even we can see the rocks underneath, which is a view you typically get only in the rivers. Interestingly, on one side the water flows to the left and on the other side it flows to the right. Definitely a fascinating sight. Here we can see an elderly man taking a risk by stepping into the sea. Just a small slip could be dangerous as there are rocks where one might hit their head. Now we are heading towards Dhanushkodi. Dhanushkodi is an abundant town at the southeastern tip of Pamban Island of the state of Tamilnadu in India, and it is about 24 kilometers of Talaimannar in Sri Lanka. The town was destroyed during the 1964 Rameshwaram cyclone and remains uninhabited in the aftermath. Although devoid of inhabitants, Dhanushkodi remains a tourist attraction due to its historical and mythological relevance. Dhanushkodi is on the tip of Pamban Island, separated from the Indian mainland by the Walk Strait. On both sides of the road, you will find the local stalls. Around noon, locals prepare fresh home-cooked meals which are absolutely delicious. I had visited this place before back in 2020 with my friends. We had both vegetarian and non-vegetarian meals here. For seafood lovers, this place is a paradise, I can say. You can even choose the fish you want and they will cook it fresh for you. While the prices might be slightly higher, the taste makes it completely worth it. If you are visiting Dhanushkodi, don't miss trying the local seafood. It's a must for non-vegetarian seafood lovers. We have now reached Dhanushkodi. Let's explore the historic ruins of this old town. Friends, can you believe that once upon a time this was a thriving town where people lived with houses and daily life all around? What you are seeing here is the remains of an old church. All of these structures were heavily damaged by the devastating cyclone and eventually swallowed by the sea. Right here you can also see a list of places that once existed in this Dhanushkodi before the cyclone hit in 1964. An entire town was washed away by the ocean. So what exactly happened is, the year is 1964 and the date is December 23. The cyclone is Rameshwaram, also known as Dhanushkodi cyclone, which was regarded as one of the most powerful storms on record to ever strike India. At least 1,800 people lost their lives as a result of the cyclone. The entire town was marooned and the government of Madras declared Dhanushkodi as a ghost town unfit for living. On December 23 night, an estimated 25 feet storm surge struck the town of Dhanushkodi, submerging the town, overturning the train called Boat Mail which was coming from Madras Egmore station. To Ceylon, now it's Sri Lanka, with a halt at Dhanushkodi station. The train was about to reach the station, however all 200 passengers on the board were swept by the cyclone. The train service was the prime and most economic way to reach Ceylon at the time, and it was completely destroyed. In that incident, 4 radio operators remained in Dhanushkodi and risked their lives to continue broadcasting during the storm. 2 railway employees patrolling the Pamban bridge survived by clinging to the bridge frame for more than 12 hours. The Indian government later honored and rewarded them for their dedication. The scale of the disaster left villages isolated for at least 3 days and without food or clean water. Communication lines were severely damaged and hampered relief efforts. Immediately after the cyclone, the Rameswaram branch railway line was constructed and opened to traffic, but unfortunately Dhanushkodi branch line was left abandoned. Prior to the cyclone, the town had been an important commercial center with a railway station, a customs office, post and telegraph office, 2 medical institutions, 1 railway hospital, a panchayat union dispensary, a higher elementary school, and port offices, so many. Also, a port had been functioning since 1st March 1914. In this incident, at least 800 people were killed in Dhanushkodi alone. This is Dhanushkodi beach. Over there in Arichalmanai, we noticed that the water was calm and still in the other side with barely any waves. But here, just 5 to 6 kilometers away from the Arichalmanai, the waves crash violently against the shore. It's really amazing how the sea behaves so differently in such a short distance. The structure in the distance is the lighthouse. When we last visited in the year 2020, it was not there. It seems to have been constructed recently. Currently, it's closed and it will open at 10 am. On a clear day, you can actually see Sri Lanka from the top of the lighthouse. Even at night, the lights of Sri Lanka are even visible from here. We met Ramesh, a local fisherman. He does not personally remember the cyclone, but his father and grandfather lived through it and shared the devastating story with him. According to Ramesh, many people went missing during the cyclone and their bodies were never found. Interestingly, the old post office is still functioning here. That's a sign that Dhanushkodi is not entirely a ghost town. People still receive letters and mail here. Despite the government declaring this place abandoned, Ramesh and a few other families have chosen to stay. When I was talking with Ramesh put it simply, "We were born here, the sea gives us life, why should we leave? If the sea takes back something, let it be, but as long as we live by it, we have the right to take from it." His perspective is powerful. Just as we don't abandon the earth when earthquakes strike, same way they won't abandon their land because of the sea. The cyclone was occurred in 1964, over 61 years ago, but the trauma still lives on in the hearts of the people here. Many lost siblings, parents, and friends that night. In case had the cyclone not happened, this place might still be a thriving town full of elderly residents and generations of memories. Among those who survived is Ramesh, one of the few who still carries the spirit of old Dhanushkodi. That building you see over there, that's the old post office, a remnant of the town's former life. What we have seen and experienced here is the reality of present-day Dhanushkodi. This is its history and we can't change it. Usually when we visit places, we feel awe, wow, beautiful, superb, extraordinary. But places like this leave you speechless in a different way. As we explore, thoughts run through our minds. Maybe where I am standing now, there once stood a home. We hope that the souls of those who lost their lives here rest in peace. No one can escape from nature or time. Dhanushkodi is deeply connected to the Ramayana, an ancient Hindu epic, where it is believed to be the location where Lord Rama, with the help of his loyal follower Hanuman and his Vanara army, built a bridge across the sea known as Ramasetu, also called as Adam's Bridge, to reach the Sri Lanka. The name Dhanushkodi itself means end of the bow, referring to Lord Rama's bow. For your information guys, very soon we will be exploring Sri Lanka as well. I will be bringing you a complete experience covering its rich history, vibrant culture and delicious local cuisine and the stays, everything right in front of you. According to local beliefs under the Skanda Purana, this town holds a mystical connection with the divine events dating back to the Treta Yuga. From here we will head towards Rameshwaram temple, and on the way we also visit a Kodandarama temple, one of which is the Lord Rama temple. Stay tuned as we continue the journey. This Kodandarama temple is located about 10 kilometers from Dhanushkodi on the way to Rameshwaram. There is still no dedicated parking area here. We can see so many visitors just park their vehicle along the roadside. At the moment we are heading to our resort to freshen up and have breakfast. After that we will visit the temple, explore the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Memorial nearby, also cover the Pamban Bridge, and I requested one of my friend to board in the train to cover the Pamban Bridge. Later he will join with us and then we continue our journey towards Tirunelveli. Stay tuned. Hi guys, we are all set, freshened up and had an amazing breakfast. The food was really tasty. I do want to share a quick note about our stay. The location is quite convenient, just about 3 km from the Rameshwaram temple, which is a big plus. But honestly, I feel the pricing was on the higher side. I ended up booking it last minute on Make My Trip, so that might be one of the reason, I don't know. But we paid 17,577 including tax for 4 people, and to be frank, it didn't feel worth that price if if you happen to find the same stay at a more budget friendly rate, then I can say it's okay to consider. Otherwise, I personally would not recommend it at this price point. Just sharing this so you can plan better if you are visiting Rameshwaram. Ramanatha Swami temple is a Hindu temple dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. This temple is elegantly situated in Tamilnadu state, Ramanathapuram district on an island called Rameshwaram and is spread over an area of about 15 acres. This temple is related to the history of the epic Ramayana and it is one of the 12 Jyotirlinga temples. Arulmigu Ramanatha Swami, the Purana says that as advised by sage Agastya, Sri Rama arrived here along with goddess Sita and Lakshmana and consecrated and worshipped the Shivalinga to expiate sin of Brahmana Hatya he got by killing Ravana. It is said that Sri Rama fixed an auspicious time for installation and sent Anjaneya to Mount Kailas to bring a Shivalinga. As Anjaneya could not return in time, Sita herself made a Shivalinga of sand and worship was over when Anjaneya returned with a lingam from far off Mount Kailas. Anjaneya was enraged and tried in vain to remove the consecrated Shivalinga made of sand. To pacify Anjaneya, Rama also consecrated Anjaneya Shivalinga, which is also called as Vishwalingam, by the side of Ramalinga and ordered that all the pujas should be first be performed for the Vishwalingam brought by Anjaneya. In this temple, the first puja is performed for this Lord Vishwanatha even today. As its very name implies, Rameshwaram is the holy place of Lord Rameshwara, that is Ishwara consecrated by Sri Rama. The temple has the longest corridor among all the Hindu temples of India. It was built by King Muthuramalinga Sedupati and the temple is considered a pilgrimage site for Shaivatas, Vaishnavites and Marathas. There are 64 tirthas, that is holy water bodies in and around the island of Rameshwaram, Tamilnadu, India. According to Skanda Purana, 24 of them are important. Bathing in these tirthas is a major aspect of the pilgrimage to Rameshwaram and is considered equivalent to penance. 22 of the tirthas are inside the Ramanatha Swami temple in the form of a pond and a well. These 22 tirthams represent the 22 arrows of Lord Sri Rama. The first and major one is called Agni Tirtham. It is in the Sea, Bay of Bengal. So from here now we are heading to Abdul Kalam Memorial and later we will continue our journey towards the Tirunelveli. Stay tuned guys. Thank you guys.